Has recognized October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It's a time annually devoted to educating everyone about breast cancer.
We go on the record this morning to talk about the resources available for underserved communities to fight this disease.
From WPBF 25, this is On the Record with Todd McDermott and Nathalie Pozo.
Good morning and welcome to On the Record. I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Nathalie Pozo. Joining us this morning as we recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month is Christopher Irizarry. He is the CEO of FoundCare. Welcome, Christopher. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Let's jump right in. Tell us about the mission of FoundCare.
So the mission of FoundCare is pretty simple. It's to provide health care and social services to all individuals and families. The reality is that we exist to make sure that people have access to primary health care services and so that they can live happy and fruitful lives. And that's really why we exist. And we make sure that we serve everyone in the community regardless of ability to pay. So anyone from the community who wants to come to FoundCare to receive access to primary care for adults, pediatrics, women's health services, dentistry, pharmacy, behavioral health, psychiatry, can come to FoundCare and receive those services, whether they're insured, whether they're uninsured, and even if they don't have the ability to pay.
So let's talk specifically, because of this being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, about mammograms, access to mammograms, and then how they're paid for. I understand that the fee can vary for people.
Sure. So we have a sliding fee scale system at FoundCare. However, if a person comes in and doesn't have the ability to pay, we make sure we see them. When it comes to mammography, we partnered with the Promise Fund of Florida a few years ago to bring a mammography machine to FoundCare and have it in-house. The reason being that in 2019, we had referred 500 women out to get a mammography, and only 100 women had gotten the mammography done. So working with the Promise Fund of Florida, they were able to get a mammography machine, a 3D hologic machine, donated to FoundCare and placed within our center. Since we did that in 2002, the latter part of 2002, we've screened over 4,000 women. And of the 4,000 women that we've screened, we've caught 17 cancers. So we've made a real difference in the lives of people by making sure that they can get those services done within FoundCare's walls.
Christopher, you know, when we talk about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, early detection is always something that is just so important. So, I mean, programs like this, they're just so desperately needed to be able to catch this before it's too late.
It's so true. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're not there to provide the screening, we do it for cervical cancer, we do it for breast cancer. We now even have an ultrasound machine. So if a woman has something in the breast, we can do the ultrasound as a follow-up and do the diagnostic mammography. The reality is, if we're not screening, we're not saving lives. That's just the bottom line. My father died at a very young age from liver cancer. And it was detectable. It was something that had he gone to the doctor, he would have been living. But the reality is he never went to the doctor, never checked on himself. And by the time he found out, it was too late. So for me, it's a life mission to make sure that at every point of life that I can provide screening and try to catch cancer before it grows into something is really important.
This is personal for you.
100% personal for me.
And I'm wondering, because these services are available, the challenges and how you've accomplished the idea of getting more people to know about FoundCare, what you can provide. I'm sure many women, many people are surprised by what's available. How do you get the word out?
It's incredible. 67% of the folks that come to FoundCare come there because they've heard of the organization through someone else who's used it, right? We do everything we can in terms of outreach and getting out to the community to remind or let people know, hey, come see FoundCare, see what we do. You can get everything done in one day and then not worry about it again for another year. But it's really important that people take advantage of preventative medicine, of early detection, because the reality is that if, God forbid, a woman passes away from breast cancer, you know, that's so impactful. You know, losing my dad was very difficult, but had I lost my mother, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Christopher, you know, let's talk a little bit about just anyone who may be watching right now and maybe is intimidated to get in touch with FoundCare, you know, or says, oh, you know, I probably can't afford it, or, you know, maybe I won't be able to fall, you know, within their criteria. What kind of message can we send to them?
I just encourage people to think about not themselves. Think about the people in your lives. When I lost my father, it impacted myself, my brother, my mother. That's who it impacted. Oftentimes when we think about our health, we're like, we're going to be fine. It's okay. And if something happens to me, oh well. but we don't think about those around us. And I think if people think about their loved ones before themselves, they'll realize how important your health is. Because if something goes wrong, how's the people you leave behind, how they're going to suffer? You got to think about that. So I encourage people to just come to FoundCare, 561-HEALTHY, give us a call, and we will give you an appointment. You can walk into one of our sites and be seen the same day. But I encourage everyone to please, please, please come and get checked up and make sure that you're healthy.
561-HEALTHY.
Very
easy to remember. Christopher Irizarry.
Right.
FoundCare is the name of the organization. Thanks so much for being on the record with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Christopher.
Coming up, helping families who are now battling cancer. We talk with someone from the organization that takes care of the everyday bills those families face.
And we take a look at the